Hello, good morning, welcome back to my channel where today I'll be doing Carabao Cup fourth round predictions. Now, obviously we have 8 ties now in this cup, and it shall be very, very interesting to see what happens in these games. So obviously there were a lot of shocks in the third round. Will there be any shocks in this round? There will be interesting to see. So the Carabao Cup fourth round is as follows: Burton Albion against Leicester City, Crawley Town against Colchester United, Everton against Watford, Manchester City against Southampton, Oxford United against Sunderland, Liverpool against Arsenal, Aston Villa against Wolves, and Chelsea against Manchester United. So the first game I'm going to preview is Burton Albion against Leicester City. Now, Burton Albion are 13th, Leicester City are 3rd in the Premier League, Burton Albion 13th in League One. Burton Albion obviously coming off the back of a 0-0 draw with Blackpool at the weekend. Leicester City coming off the back of a 9-0 win over Southampton. And obviously Burton Albion beat Bournemouth in the last round. But if you do remember the game, then there were a lot of added time, and that was because the floodlights had a bit of a failure. So it'll be very interesting to see what happens in this game. And will the floodlights manage to stay on this time? It'll be very, very interesting to see that one as well. I mean, Leicester City were absolutely superb against Southampton. Really, really excellent. And, I think they'll take that into knowing that they've got a good run of fixtures coming up. I think now Leicester City, where they can definitely pick up points. For this cup tie, I have to back Leicester City. I think Burton Albion have had a really good run in the cup. Obviously, beating Bournemouth last round, but they are coming up against a rampant Leicester City side, and I expect Leicester City to rest a lot of their players, but I still expect them to be far too strong. For Burton Albion, I'm going for a 3-0 win to Leicester City. Burton Albion 0, Leicester City 3. Crawley Town against Colchester United. Now, this is a League 2 clash, an all League 2 affair, so this is going to be another interesting one indeed. Crawley Town are 17th, whereas Colchester United are 9th. So, both sides having a mixed season, I would say. Obviously, Crawley Town, they are at home. Colchester United, they are away as well. So both of these sides coming off the back of, they'll look at this cup run to think, okay, a chance to get to the, quarters for sure. So this would be a very, very interesting game indeed. Obviously, it's a League 2 game. But obviously, with Colchester United being higher up in the league, you would expect me to go back Colchester United. But I'm going to go for a wee shock here. I think Crawley Town are much better at home than they are away. I think Colchester United, again, are a much better home team than they are away team. I'm going for a 2-1 win to Crawley Town. So I think Crawley Town will win that one by 2-1. Everton against Watford. Now, what a game this is going to be. Interestingly enough, Everton are 16th, Watford are 20th. Now, both of these sides really, really struggling in league terms. Watford rooted at the bottom of the league. Everton losing 3-2 to Brighton at the weekend. Obviously, Watford coming off the back of a 0-0 draw against Bournemouth. Now, this has been said that Marco Silva is definitely under pressure, and I probably predict that he will probably be the next manager to go. But wouldn't it be very, very ironic if it was to come in this game? Yes, both Everton and Watford are struggling very, very badly. Everton obviously coming off the back of a 3-2 defeat to Brighton. But, I mean, their home form is what is keeping them definitely above the relegation zone at this moment in time. And at the moment, Everton are not playing very, very well at all. Watford, they're getting draws, but they definitely need that win. It's their worst run since the 2006-2007 season. So it's going to be very, very interesting to see what will happen in this one. I think this is going to be very, very tight. I think it's going to be very, very nervy. None of these sides need the Carabao Cup, in my opinion. So, obviously, whoever wins it obviously benefits. It doesn't. I don't think it benefits either side anyway. So whoever goes out will probably have a better couple of games coming up. But whoever goes through, then it makes it interesting. So, what do I predict? Cannot separate them. Going for a 1-1 draw. Watford to win on penalties. So that would put Everton out, and then will that mean Marco Silva, will he be sacked after this game? Be very interesting to see, but I think Watford will go through on penalties against Everton. Everton won, Watford won, but I'm going for Watford to go through on penalties. Manchester City against Southampton. Now Manchester City are second, Southampton are 18th. Manchester City coming off the back of a 3-0 win of Aston Villa. And, you know, they were very, very good against Aston Villa. And, you know, Aston Villa, to their credit, you know, they really frustrated Manchester City for most of the first half. But obviously, City came back out and, you know, scored three goals. And it's another good win. And obviously, they're keeping up pace with Liverpool at the top of the Premier League. Now, the last place you do not want to go when you have been beaten 9-0 is the Etihad. And they go there twice. They go there in the Carabao Cup and they go there in the league. So, yeah. Southampton, what can we say? I mean, my goodness, they were dreadful. Absolutely dreadful. It's one thing to go 1-0 down. It's one thing to go down to 10 men. I know they had a chance with Danny Ings going through on goal, but obviously a good save by Schmeichel. But you know they were really, really poor after that, and I think they gave up almost at 3-0. It was like, okay, you let us come on to us, and you know, down to 10 men, they were not very, very good, were they? So. Interesting enough, this will make Southampton get under manager Olaf Hafson under pressure for sure, no doubt about it. So it's going to be a very, very interesting game. Excuse me. As far as a score prediction goes, don't think it's going to be 9-0. I don't think Man City are going to score 9 against Southampton, but I expect Man City to win this one pretty comfortably, to be honest with you. Southampton will definitely want to perform better for sure, but I just don't see it. I just don't see Man City losing this game. So I'm going to go for a 4-0 win to Manchester City. I do think it will be a very, very comfortable evening for the citizens, and Southampton can just basically concentrate on the league, and then obviously they'll come into the FA Cup later on. But yeah, I think Man City will definitely win this one by 4-0. Oxford United against Sunderland. Now, this is a all League One clash. Oxford United are 5th, Sunderland are 8th. Sunderland are losing 1-0 to Southend at the weekend in Phil Parkinson's first game in charge. Oxford United going really, really well at the moment as well in League One. Oxford are probably more decent at home. Sunderland are pretty poor away. But the fact is, you know, I have a feeling that Sunderland might actually go to Oxford. I think there'll be a lot of changes made by both sides. I don't see them playing their first teams anyway. And I think Sunderland can go to the Kassam Stadium. I think that's what Oxford Stadium was called. And I'm going to go for a 2-1 win to Sunderland. That might be a bit bonkers there, but I just have a feeling Sunderland will win that one. By 2-1. Now that's the Tuesday games. Now the Wednesday games. Liverpool against Arsenal. This is a 7:30 kickoff. Liverpool are 1st, Arsenal are 5th. Liverpool obviously winning 2-1 against Tottenham yesterday, which was a very, very good performance. They literally one down very, very early on, and they could have been. They could have let Spurs get another goal in, but I was going half time, regroup, come out, and Liverpool probably could have won that game by more. If it wasn't for Paulo Gazzaniga, who was absolutely outstanding in the game, then it could have been a cricket score for Liverpool. But Spurs, obviously they lost to Liverpool last night. So Liverpool very, very good to win that one. Arsenal 2-2 against Crystal Palace. Obviously, the main talking point though I will get into this in the Premier League predictions later in the week, but my goodness me, what on earth was Granit Xhaka thinking? You are the captain of Arsenal, and what happens is you come off the pitch, throw the armband down, basically tell the fans to F off, and then literally put your hand to your ear, cusp it, and then basically what you basically do is you're saying F off, F off. The fans start to boo you. Now, will Emery strip him of the captaincy? No, I don't see it. And this is the thing. Unai Emery has to act now. It's just one thing saying, but it's just ridiculous. He is the Arsenal captain, and he does that. It's absolutely ridiculous. But like I said, I will get into this more into the Premier League predictions show later on this week. Actually, the last time Liverpool and Arsenal met in the League Cup, this was a 2007 fixture. Liverpool lost 6-3 against Arsenal. So I don't think that's going to happen this time. Arsenal got a really poor record at Anfield anyway. But obviously they'll go into that game thinking that they can bounce back. There could be a lot of changes made by both sides, to be honest with you, and I think it will be a very interesting game. But you have to back Liverpool at Anfield, especially with the way that they have been playing recently. And I'm going to go for Liverpool to win this one by 3-1. Liverpool 3, Arsenal 1. Now we've got a really interesting game, this one. Aston Villa against Wolves. Aston Villa are 15th. Wolves are 12th. Aston Villa, obviously coming off the back of a 3-0 defeat to Manchester City, but they played really well. Very unlucky not to get a goal, actually, at the Etihad. And, they'll go into the cup game, looking to bounce back for sure. Wolves, obviously coming off the back of a 1-1 draw with Newcastle. It was one of those games where, Newcastle got the first goal. Wolves tried to get an equaliser, and they obviously did with a Dubravka mistake. This cup, obviously, this is going to be a very interesting game. It's a derby, of course, and obviously I think the teams meet very soon in the league as well, if I remember rightly. Actually, I think it's a week on Sunday, actually. Aston Villa meet Wolves, and I think it is at Molineux this time. So obviously this one is at Villa Park. I'm going to go for a draw game. I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw. I do feel, though, that Wolves will be going through on penalties. I have a feeling Wolves will go through on penalties. So I think that will be a very good game. I expect both sides to make loads of changes again as well. So it'll be very interesting. But I fancy a draw, and then I think Wolves will probably win on penalties. So going for that one, 1-1 draw, but Wolves to win on penalties. And the final game is Chelsea against Manchester United. Chelsea are 4th, Manchester United are 7th. Chelsea coming off the back of a 4-2 win against Burnley. And obviously they'll want to bounce back from that 4-0 defeat at Old Trafford earlier in the season. So obviously they'll want to bounce back as well. Manchester United coming off the back of a 3-1 win over Norwich, which is the first time that they have scored more than one goal in any of their games, and that was the last time, the Chelsea game was the last time that they scored more than one goal. So Manchester United were very impressive at Norwich, has to be said. Chelsea very impressive against Burnley. Pulisic getting a hat-trick for Chelsea, so he's doing really well. Manchester United, obviously, Martial is back, Rashford's back, without Paul Pogba, so it'll be very interesting. It'll be very interesting to see how these teams line up as well, so it'll be very interesting indeed. I do expect both sides to make a number of changes, but it'll be a very interesting cup tie. And this is also on Sky Sports. Liverpool Arsenal is also on Sky Sports as well, so should be a very interesting game, this one. But how do I see it going? I think Chelsea will just sneak this one, so it'll be very interesting indeed. So I'm going for Chelsea 2, Manchester United 1. Be a very close game indeed. So that is it. That is my Carabao Cup 4th round predictions. I'll go for them very quickly as well. Burton Albion 0, Leicester City 3, Crawley Town 2, Colchester United 1, Everton 1, Watford 1, Watford to go through on penalties, Manchester City 4, Southampton 0, Oxford United 1, Sunderland 2, Liverpool 3, Arsenal 1. Aston Villa 1, Wolves 1. Wolves to go through on penalties. And Chelsea 2, Manchester United 1. So that is it. So if you like my content, then please hit that subscribe button. That'd be fantastic. Leave a like, leave a comment, and leave me your predictions for the Carabao Cup. Let me know what your thoughts are as well. Can you see Arsenal going to Anfield beating Liverpool? Can you see Manchester United beating Chelsea at Stamford Bridge? And also, can Southampton bounce back at Manchester City? So these are more questions to be asked. So shall see very, very soon indeed. But thank you very much for watching this video, and yeah, enjoy the Carabao Cup. Should be a good fourth round, and we'll also see what happens very, very soon. Take care, everyone. Bye bye for now.